Cabo was very expensive, very unexpected, but well worth it. So I'm gonna tell you the real cost. So let's get like just the stay and the flight out the way, because those are the two things you mainly need in order to get there. All the rest would just fall in. The flight was like $1,100 when I booked it the first time, but then I found out I booked the wrong days. So trip is doing a number on me. One, I was stressed about the cost, only to find out that I booked the wrong days. Glad I caught that before my trip. I had to get that changed, so it was like $168 extra e-credit, so like it didn't really count. The room was like fluctuating around $530, $534 or something dollars because of the currency rate. So I had booked to pay later, like when I got to the hotel, so I was budgeting around that much for it, but I ended up paying this amount. But because I had booked the wrong days first initially, I couldn't book my stay. I couldn't change my stay to all of those days. So I had to split my stay up, which was kind of weird because the room was still available. But the last night was like $127. All in all, just to get there, the total cost was like already up to $2,000. Get into the cost. So Ashley was gracious enough to drive me to the airport for free. So I didn't have to pay for the ride there. Even though I would have got double miles on my Sky Miles account. But it's okay. Because my Lyft is like crazy right now. It's not linked to my account. So I appreciate it. And when I got to the airport, I haven't been in one in such a long time. I felt the need to get an unnecessary coffee. Then when I got to Cabo, the taxi to get to my hotel was 300 Mexican pesos. Not $300, but I think that was like $70. I don't know. I will do the conversions at the end of the video. Even though my hotel told me there was a bus I could have taken for 90 pesos. I don't know. Anything to get me out of the airport the fastest I will pay for it, because that gave me so much stress for no reason. I hated this day. And then when I got to the hotel, instead of just sitting there and waiting, I took an Uber ride to the mall to meet up with this guy. But for the sake of this video, I just went to the mall just to go get souvenirs. And this is how much the souvenirs cost. The afternoon didn't go as planned, so I went home. Then later on in the day, I finally reunited with my boys. And of course, we decided to go out to eat first. Danny and Cesar rented a car, so I played passenger princess for the entire week, basically. Dinner was around 500 pesos, I believe. I got tacos, 2 drinks, and a churro. So, pretty good deal. I think I already converted. Then after the eating, we paid the bouncer 100 Mexican pesos to let us into an empty club. Then the next day before our excursion, I did some exploring, and these were the cost of my Uber rides. And this was the cost of the excursion. Again, playing passenger princess. Then I hustled my way into getting a souvenir half off, because you're not going to scam me because I'm a tourist. Then after our excursion, we went to the OXXO, and I have an obsession with Oreos, so I had to find those. Then, of course, after a long day, you have to eat dinner. So this was the cost, I think. I'm not sure, but it was around that price. The next day, we drove out to La Paz, which was like a 3-hour car ride, and I played passenger princess. Then after the first beach, we went down to another beach that had a bar where we can get some food. And I'm pretty sure I got scammed in paying lunch, because I saw an extra 250 pesos on there. Also, I think he tipped himself 30%. When I was trying to say 30 pesos, but it's fine. Then again, playing passenger princess. Hello, nothing's new here. Then after we showered and got dressed, we took an Uber to dinner, because They wanted to drink this night, so they were being responsible. Dinner was lovely. I had steak and lobster because I had been spending so much money. So I was like, hey, why not go big and go home? So that's what I had to eat. And it was absolutely fucking delicious. Then I bought a jacket because I was cold, which was like $31. Then we were actually like smart and we found a bar entry that was so lit and it was free to get in. I loved it. It was so much fun here. And then Danny booked this Uber ride home, so I didn't have to pay for that. But the receptionist at the hotel had been telling me about this brunch place, so I went to go check it out. It just chilly. The restaurant was kind of like bougie and like very I don't know, upscale. It was not worth it. I think I was eating sauce so because I didn't like anything on the menu. But yeah, definitely a waste of my time and money. And of course, your boy has to get home, so another ride, another adventure. So then shortly after, I went to go get some real food because I saw like this burger place on our way back from La Paz the other day. So this is the cost of that. And it was such a fun experience because this burger was so great. And also, I was dancing to the reggaeton with the cashier lady. And it was just, I cherished this. The receptionist, he was pretty sure he liked me. He gave me like a free tequila tasting card, even though it's free to everybody. But I don't know. I think he was kind of feeling me. So I did that next because it was fun. And then I left out with a of $25 bottle of tequila. It was usually $35, but I got $10 off. And then my card wasn't working, and I also didn't have any cash on me. So my friend let me use her card virtually, and I used it to order a pizza because that's the only thing that I could pay for online was the delivery service. Pedilo por J-Roq? Okay, so it's the last day, and me and my boys are eating lunch together at this really cool mango deck. It was like a buffet, and Danny had to show me how to eat the tamales the correct way. I don't know. I thought that was so cute and innocent, and I just had to keep that in. But yeah. And then we rode over to a beach, and I paid passenger princess, so like I didn't know I didn't really eat anything for dinner. I remember I had some fries, and I had. Then of course, because it was the last night, we had to go hard. So this is cost of the Uber, both Ubers. All right, so it's nearing the end of my vacation. So I paid for, the Uber ride to the wrong airport, only to discover that it was the wrong airport. So I had to book another Uber to go to the other airport. So these are the costs of those, which is an expense. Then when I got to Atlanta, I was starving and didn't want to walk to Chick-fil-A. So I just got some pizza and ate it in a chair because there's too many people. Which brings our grand total to... Obviously, I did spend a little bit more than people would mostly do. So you can obviously get away with a couple $100s under this. But like I splurged and I do not regret it. Currency rate might change. So that's why this is just an estimate number. But yeah, this is about what I spent. Because I think I just... I forgot some expenses. Or maybe I didn't calculate them all. But yeah, this is the real cost of Cabo. So... This was the real cost of Cabo. So I hope it helps give you some insight on what it is to actually book this trip and how much it will actually realistically cost if you do things sort of the way I do them. But obviously if you like go on a big touristy trip or with all that stuff and you don't have friends who book a car, it might end up being more for you, but this is how much it was for me.